I'm listening to a good audiobook right now, and the reason I listen to audiobooks is because I'm aware that what you put in is what you get out. So if you put in the thoughts that very successful people are thinking, they become your thoughts. Guess what sort of actions you're going to be taking? You're going to be taking the same actions that successful people take. What you put in is what you get out. That's just a law of nature. You put a seed in the ground, what comes out? It comes out a plant. So what you put in is what you get out. You put in crappy seeds, you're gonna get a crappy plant. You put in the best seeds, you're gonna get the best plant. So I don't know what you're watching on Instagram. I don't know what you're watching on Facebook. I don't know who you're talking to or what you're listening to or what you're watching, but it needs to be really good. It needs to be really good if you want really good output. It's just that simple. Good input equals good output. And you also, when you're watering a flower, you don't drown it with water. You don't just pour water on it all the time. You pour a bit of water and then you let the flower grow. Make sure it's good sunlight and good soil too, of course, but you don't need to just drown it with water all the time. And so students nowadays, they're just drowning in education. They have so much education, they're feeling overwhelmed, they're not actually taking much action. So schooling is just like drowning these students with information, but they're not letting the students actually grow by taking action. So very important that, yes, input is key, input is very, very important, but also you gotta grow, you gotta do. You need to have balance with output. Output needs to be a top priority. Output needs to be the priority. Output needs to be the priority, not input. Output needs to be the priority, but the input needs to be top quality. Input needs to be the world's best input if you want the world's best output. I hope that makes sense. That's something we can learn from nature, right? Just look all around us. Every single piece of greenery you see here has come from an input. There's been a seed under the soil, it's come up. Every single time, no exceptions. Okay, that's the first thing we learn about nature. The second thing we learn about nature is that, you right now watching this video, you may be waiting for the perfect time to start a business, or wait for that perfect time to take that leap of faith. And you might be thinking like, I'm just waiting until I'm ready. I'm waiting until I'm ready. Waiting until I'm ready. But on paper that sounds great. On paper it's like, hey, let's line it up so that you're ready, and then we'll get the aim exactly right, and then we'll fire. But in nature, that doesn't work that way. In nature, the seeds are here. The seeds are here, and guess what happens to every seed? They sprout. They sprout whether they're ready or not. Like, the seed just sprouts, and it has to sprout. And every single piece of greenery around here has come from a sprouted seed. And so what you are right now inside you, or what you have inside you right now, is you have these seeds, right, that you've inputted. And when they're ready to come out, when you're excited to take action on a business project or what have you, you can't wait until you feel ready. You just have to go for it. If you wait until you're ready, you're just gonna you're gonna wither away and die. Like, you have to grow. You have to go for it. And here's what happens: the seed sprouts and then it finds its way. So it sprouts and then it aims, and then once it's up and going, then it's ready. You say, oh, that tree was ready to grow, right? Oh, clearly it's ready to grow. Yeah, easy for you to say now that it's up. But when you saw that seed grow on the ground, you might think, oh, good luck in that tree growing. Good luck. That's where faith comes in. That's where you gotta have faith in yourself. Like, when I started my business, I've started like 19 businesses, okay? I'm on like my 20th business right now. This 20th business is like freaking overnight success, right? This 20th business is kicking ass. Now you're gonna say how much making per month, but you can find out in the link below. But this 20th business is kicking ass. But guess what? I had to go for it 19 other times. Did I want them to fail? No. I didn't want them to fail. I wanted them to succeed. But did I lose confidence? No, I learned something from each of those businesses. I just kept firing. Each of those 19 failed businesses I have, those are all seeds that I just sprouted and went for. I nurtured. Maybe didn't give them enough TLC. Maybe I didn't grow them in the right condition, but at least I grew them, or at least attempted to grow them, and they flopped. In fact, I should write a list. I should go through make a whole video about the 19 businesses I've started before this one. So those are just two things I wanted to mention in this video. Not a long video, but if you're thinking about getting started and you're not feeling quite ready yet, hey man, you think any of these seeds felt ready? They just went for it. And if it didn't happen one season, they'd be back again for another season. All right? So if you go for it now and it doesn't work out, hey, just come on right back and try again. You'll learn a lot from doing. In fact, you'll learn more from doing than you will from the input you take in. But that input better be top quality. So if you're listening to any stupid crap on Instagram, any stupid crap on Facebook, any stupid crap on television, you gotta cut that shit out, and you gotta focus on your goals. You gotta focus on what makes you happy, what makes you fit, and what makes you healthy. And if you're watching, man, if you're watching the TV, just know that the mainstream media, and what I'm about to say right now, this is no conspiracy. This is just like common knowledge. If you go on Google, if you open up any book, you'll see that this is the case. Just do a quick Google search, you see this is the case. All of the top media companies in America, I'm sure this is the same for every country, but all the top media countries in America, we're talking like CNN and TSN and Fox News and all this stuff, they're all owned by the same 4 companies. There are 4 companies that own every single major news outlet in America. And so if you're watching the TV thinking that they have your best interest in mind, just know they don't give a shit about you. They're pushing their agenda. They're pushing their story. It's these same 4 companies. They're all working together. They're all putting out the same messages. They're all spreading the same knowledge, or not knowledge, they're spreading the same stories. Whether they're true or not, it's another story. But they're putting the same stories on, and they're pushing their agenda. So they don't have your best interest in mind. They just want to push their agenda so that you take action. And you know what the news is, man? It's like they're thinking in the back room, like, hey, what's the worst thing that happened on planet Earth today? Let's talk about that for the next 2 weeks. Like, that's the news for you. If you want a better life, I definitely do not recommend watching the news. All right. Anyways, this video talked about a bunch of different things, but I want to keep it short and sweet. So, peace out, much love, adios, and focus on your goals. All right. Ciao. See you in the next video. Link in the description if you want to find out how to start a wildly successful online business selling ebooks and courses. Peace.